Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua. That's all praises to the Most High. In the name of His only begotten Son, whom the world calls Christ, we know Him as Yahushua. All right, let's do a tech check, make sure everything is moving. You got that? Audio check. Audio check. All right, come. All right, come. Let's jump right into this lesson. All right, through the Spirit, all praise to the Most High. Yet again for another Shabbat, another Sabbath, another day that the Most High, through His only begotten Son, made between Him and us, that we may be blameless, that we may observe the commandments, that we may also observe our spirits and continually seek out the things that we should in these last days. All right, so with that, we're going to jump right into this for the sake of time. All right, this is a beautiful Sabbath, man. We got, Akim traveling from different cities, different states, man, St. Louis and Nashville, right? Brothers in town pulling up, man. So Lord willing, right, you're doing this, no matter where you are in your city, you're gathering together, you're moving in the spirit of love, you're moving in the spirit of righteousness, you're moving in the spirit, right, of earnest sincerity, man, and showing the fruits of the Spirit. So we're going to talk about that in the sincerest form that we can. It's going into sacrifice. All right, we're going into sacrifice. Sacrifice is a big thing going on right now that a lot of our people are not willing to make, right, as pertains to keeping God's commandments. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? What decisions are you going to make sure that you stay on fire for the Most High? What sacrifices will you make for Yahweh? Too often, we sacrifice for the world. We'll move hell and high water to make sure you get to the job, to make sure you get your master's degree, that bachelor's degree, go through trade school, make sure your children have everything for Christmas. You'll sacrifice for this world and lose sleep. Hey, you'll take on 3 or 4 jobs just to go on vacation, just to splurge. But what are the sacrifices you're making that ultimately secures your soul, secures immortality, removes sin, causes you to be blameless? What sacrifices are you making in your own life, man, that you can lay claim on to say, you know what? I gave this thing my all for the Most High. I gave everything that I could for the Most High as soon as I found out that I was behind enemy lines, that I was a reprobate, that I was going off. You have to be willing to give it your all to serve the Most High. So with that being said, right, we're going to do this screen share. So for those who don't have a Bible present, which you should, you should have your sword, you should have these things, but in the event that you don't, right, we're going to share our screen. Let's go to the book of Luke chapter 14. Grab your swords, whether it's a Bible app or a physical Bible, right? Get into the spirit. Let's go to the book of Luke chapter 14, and let's start at verse number 27. Bring this up.
Book of Luke chapter 14, verse 27. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
So whosoever is not willing to go through adversity, their demons, a push through the fire, how can you be a part of this thing, man? Bearing your cross is not getting a Jesus piece. You know what I'm saying? It's not rocking the biggest, it's not getting a cross tattoo in the middle of your chest on the back of your back, man. Right. I'm bearing my cross. The brother be like, what you mean? And he pull his shirt up. See that? I'm following the Most High. I got the biggest cross that you ever see. That's not what this is going into. You have to be willing to go through some things and keep moving through your problems. Everybody's going through something. You have to be willing to push through the grudge you may have had. You got to push through the ailment you may have gone through. You got to push through maybe that letdown or that depression that hit you. You got to push through a lot of things in this truth. And you have to keep chasing after the Most High. Keep reading.
For which of you intending to build a tower, sit not first and count up the cost.
And do what?
And count up the cost, whether ye have sufficient to finish it.
Right. So which one of you are saying you want to serve the Lord, and you're not looking at all that may be required of you? You're not looking at that you're going to have to change your life. You're not looking at the fact that the Most High is going to examine you. He's going to look at your inner parts. He's going to see what you're lacking. What are your strong suits? The Most High searches the heart. So he's going to look at you, right? And he's going to see, okay, these are some imperfections. Let me try this man. Let me try this woman on these imperfections. And you got to be willing to, go through that and not go back to the old you. Keep reading.
Lest happily, after ye have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish.
So it says you have to continue to examine. This is a beautiful word right here, the foundation. After he have laid the foundation. A lot of you all aren't doing this portion of the process correctly. We've all been guilty of starting something and not being able to finish because you weren't planted. You weren't rooted. Your foundation was laid on the wrong area. And now it's shifting. The storm comes and your floor is falling in. The walls are starting to crack. And your enemies are mocking you now, man. Right? Saying, hey, this man started something that he couldn't finish. That's Satan right there.
Right.
I can only surmise that this statement is Satan because he knows why you started chasing the Most High.
Right.
He knows who he has as minions out here, who's serving him and calling him father. And Satan knows who's calling him father. And he's gonna be the main one mocking you when you aren't able to continue serving the Lord, when you aren't able to continue doing the things that are righteous. He's gonna be the main accuser, man. So you have to look within yourself and don't falter in these last days. But with that, I'll let the brothers of Car, man, get in there.
Yeah, that's right. And start at verse 26 on that real quick in Luke 14.
Luke chapter 14, verse 26.
Bring it out.
If any man come to me and hate not his father,
And what?
And hate not his father.
and mother, and wife, and children, and brethren, and sisters, yeah, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
That's what the picking up your cross and bearing those burdens are.
Right.
It's to hate everything about the world. Right. Give me 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. You have to hate your life because you count it for anything. Right? It says to gain your life is death, but to die is gain.
That's right.
Because you can't count it for anything.
That's right.
I just thought this my rib, or you're willing to do whatever it is to save your own life.
Right.
And we know that's not our lot. Our lot is to give up our life for this truth. Our lot is to die for the Lord.
That's right.
Right? And you have to be fully persuaded in your mind that all the affliction that comes with it, all the turmoil that comes with it, it lists everything.
Right.
Your mother, your father, your wife, your kids, all these take no precedence above the Lord.
Right.
We had to put the Most High God first, because if not, Satan is going to use what you're weak at to make you fall, to trim your ways, and then slowly but surely you're going to fall back into the world. And a lot of people, when they go back into the world, they realize that it's way worse. It's not Satan's having his way with you, but you know the truth.
Right.
It's different when you don't know. You feel like you're living it up. You feel like this is the way to be. But then when you come into the truth, you realize all that's vanity. all of it's vexation of spirit.
Right.
And then when you leave from that first love and you know, because that knowledge don't just disappear when you go back into the world.
No, I don't.
You don't just forget now.
No.
Now what you try to do is suppress it. Right? So read that.
Book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
Love not the world.
Do what?
Love not the world.
Uh-huh.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Uh-huh.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
So if you love the world, if you love your life that's in the world and love the things of the world that are carnal, the love of the Father is not in you.
Right.
You can't profess to say, well, I love God, but you please the flesh.
Right.
Right? Keep going on.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Uh-huh.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh,
The what?
The lust of the flesh.
That's what's in the world. Go ahead.
the lust of the eyes,
Uh-huh.
the pride of life.
And that's why a lot of people get sucked back into the world.
Right.
It's the lust of the eyes. They say the eyes are the most wicked thing upon the earth.
Right.
That's why Job in Job 30:1, he said, I had to make a covenant with mine eyes
Yeah,
that I would not behold a maid. And that's why they say it in the world, the eyes are the gateway to the soul.
Right.
Because now when your eyes see it, you lust after it, you covet after it, you want it. It's a strong desire for you. People that are blind don't have the desires we have.
At all.
They don't look at the woman and behold her. He's not dealing with lust on the level we dealing with it.
At all.
Right? So keep going on now.
And the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Uh-huh.
And the world passeth away.
And what?
And the world passeth away.
So all the desires of the world, they pass away. All the things that you want, all the things that you trim your ways for, they're going to die.
Right.
Go ahead.
And the lust thereof.
Uh-huh.
But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
Why? Because everlasting life is promised to those that suffer for a season, that are willing to go through affliction for a season.
Right.
All right, give me Romans 12:1. And that's the mindset that you had to have, is this is only for a season.
Right.
We're not going to go through hell forever. They say pain's but for a moment in the
But for a
world.
moment.
They do that in football. Okay, yeah, pain is just for a moment. And endure that pain, and one day you can make it to the league.
Yeah.
You'll do it. Like you
Yeah.
said, you'll do it for the carnal riches.
Yeah.
You'll do it for the carnal glory. Why
go
not
all in.
endure for a season for the Lord?
That's right.
Yeah, it's hard. Nobody said it's going to be easy. Nobody said this truth is a cakewalk. That's why in Revelation, he said, take this little book and eat of it. And
Eat
it was
of it.
sweet as honey.
Right.
But it was bitter
Bitter.
when it was in his stomach.
Mhm.
Because the truth is sweet when you understand it. Knowing that you're God's people. Knowing that you're the greatest people upon the face of the earth, and realizing the mysteries that are in the scriptures that the Most High revealed to you.
Right.
All those things are beautiful. But when it becomes bitter is, damn, I really got to go out here in the winter, in the cold, the freezing cold, the
Right.
freezing rain. We
Right.
was teaching in the freezing rain.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, I mean, my hands shaking. I
Shaking.
couldn't feel my hands.
Yeah.
But there was a
Shaking.
brother up there that wanted to learn.
That's right.
Are we going to say, hold on, brother, you know, it's time to close up. Edification is not for you today.
Right.
Now, we're not going to shut up the word because of how we feel. We do this. Read that.
Book of Romans chapter 12, verse 1.
Bring it out.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
So, by the mercy of the Most High, to allow us to even understand this truth, to allow us to have the knowledge to say, we're an Israelite.
Right.
We understand the scriptures. That mercy should make you present your body as a living sacrifice. Because the Most High didn't have to give it to us. He could have chose anybody.
Right.
Right, read?
Do you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy?
It says holy, meaning set apart. You shouldn't do what other people do. Your mission isn't to be like other people.
Right.
When you're out here teaching the word and magnifying the name of the Lord, it shouldn't look like everything else. That's
Right.
why even the brother said it yesterday. When other people come out here, they don't mess with them,
Yeah.
but they mess with us
Yeah.
because you see the truth. And Satan has to put a demon on them to make them stop it.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Acceptable unto God,
Uh-huh.
which is your reasonable service.
Which is your reasonable servant. That means the saying of the unprofitable servant,
Mhm.
meaning you have no reward for doing what's expected of you.
Right.
This is what is expected of us.
Right.
We don't get a greater glory for coming out here to do it. No, this is what is required of us.
Right.
It tells us in Luke 14:23 to go out into the highways and hedges and beseech the people that they may come in.
That's right.
Bid them to the marriage, bid them to the wedding. So this is our reasonable service, but it's a sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice.
But God requires a sacrifice. He always has from the
Mm.
ancient of time.
That's right.
What did he tell Isaac.
Isaac, yeah.
You gotta go slay your son, man.
Yeah.
That's a sacrifice.
Yeah, Abraham, yep.
You know, and
Mhm.
that's something that not a lot of people are willing to do. That seems like they read that and say the God of the Old Testament was evil.
Yeah. Where is he at?
Yeah.
It's all love right
You know
now.
what I mean? Like he's destroying cities behind his people.
Right.
So you have to have that mindset. Hey, the Lord's gonna fight for you. When you make that sacrifice, when you show that you're unwavering unto the Lord, what did he present? He presented a ram caught in the thicket.
That's right.
But it had to wait to the very last moment
That's right.
to see if you were really gonna go through with that. Were you really gonna be
are you
faithful to
down?
me?
Yeah, are you down?
You
man?
gonna cower out in this moment?
Right.
You gonna get 90% there and then turn back?
Right.
Now he wanted you to go fully there and see what was gonna happen. All right, give me this last precept. Give me Hebrews chapter 11 and give me verse number 24. Because a lot of people get entangled in this world, they get entangled with the cares of this life.
Right.
And for some reason in their mind, it seems easier to go back. Well, it's not even for some reason.
Right.
It's easier to go back to what made you comfortable.
Right.
What was easy for you, which is not studying,
Right.
which is not reading. Those things are comfortable.
Right.
And sometimes we're not perfect. We fall into the slothful spirit
perfect.
sometimes. Damn, I'm tired, had a long day. And you may make an excuse and give provision for the flesh. But that's why these scriptures are here to tell us not to do that, to exhort us not to do that. That's why brothers are here.
That's right.
They see you falling short and trimming your ways. They're there to correct you.
That's right.
This isn't hate. This is love.
That's right.
All right, so read that.
Book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 24.
Figure it out.
By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter,
He refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
Right.
Read.
choosing rather to suffer affliction.
Doing what?
Choosing rather to suffer
He
affliction.
said, I would rather suffer affliction than be exalted very high.
See that?
Be exalted and to live among the heathen. Live in a heathenistic lifestyle. Right? Go ahead.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God.
And I'd do that any day.
Right.
I'd rather suffer the affliction with the people of God and join hand in hand to an enemy of our nation to live comfortably.
Right.
Because now you're doing what Ahaz did
Yeah.
in 2 Kings.
Yeah.
You calling a master. You calling the Assyrian king master.
You going off.
I'm your son. He said, I'm your servant and your son.
Son himself.
Yeah. Calling that man daddy.
Yeah. Son
You're calling
himself.
the heathen. When you do that, you're calling the heathen daddy. Just know that.
Yeah.
Right? And chiefly it's Esau,
Yeah.
who you know is enemy number one.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God
Uh-huh.
than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
How long?
For a season.
It didn't say forever. You're choosing to enjoy the pleasure
Mm-hmm.
of sin because sin is pleasurable.
Right.
Sin feels good to the flesh.
That's right.
That's why Paul said, I have two laws warring within me. One of the flesh,
One of the flesh.
one that I would not do. Right? Keep going.
That's right.
Esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches.
Esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches. This is better than that sin that's for a season. Go
That's
ahead.
right.
Than the treasures in Egypt.
And the treasures in Egypt, they were bountiful, right? They were in rulership a long period of time, man. We was in Egypt for 400 plus years, building it up.
Right.
We brought wealth and prosperity through Joseph there, right?
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
For he have respect unto the recompense of the reward.
Of the reward that is to come through the endurance of the suffering for a season rather than the pleasures of sin for a season.
Right.
So that's where I heard to show the people is that sacrifice is suffering for a season.
That's right.
Don't think it's going to be easy. Don't think it's going to be nice. No, you're going to catch hell. It's going to be high waters.
Mm-hmm.
You're on a raft in a raging river.
Mm.
It's not the lazy river.
Mm-mm.
That's the raging river.
Mm-mm.
You're getting swung to and fro. Your leg might fall off.
Right.
You got to pull yourself back up.
Right.
You got 3 other people hanging on by one hand. You got to try to pull them back in the raft too. It's a lot going on.
That's right.
Right? We were talking about that last night. It's a lot of things that we have to do, within the body because it's not enough laborers.
Exactly.
But this is our reward.
That's right.
This is our service being an unprofitable service required of us. If not, who else gonna do it?
Right.
And that's the point of that, is that you have to make that sacrifice because not everybody's going to do it. So if you had that knowledge, why hide it? Why
Right.
put it under a bushel? Why put it under a bed so that nobody sees that light? And it's just you heaping it up.
Mm.
The Lord's gonna take that from you and give it to another man who's gonna do tenfold with it.
Yep.
Right, but
Hey, that's a mighty point, man. Because if we aren't out there, then who's out there? If Israelites aren't standing up, waking up to this truth, and serving the Most High sincerely, who will you have to talk about on the street corners besides the impoverished, those who are impoverished, man, those who have no choice but to be on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High gives you a lot to talk about through those who stand up for Him, because the world hates those who stand up for the Most High. And you got to be willing, to turn your back on a lot of things. You got to be willing to turn your back on certain buddies. Kyle will tell you, the first brother, this is how the Most High worked. Y'all gonna trip on this. The first brother that I started prophesying to last night, who said, hey, if y'all got something going on for the children, I'll pull up. That brother stood out there damn near all night listening. What's crazy about that is we stood out after camp till about 2 a.m. 1 a.m. I was down there 2 a.m.
Yeah, it was true.
And when we were leaving from camp, heading home, I let my windows down. Y'all had it condensate with the AC on. So, it was foggy. I let the windows down. Let some of this AC out.
All right.
I hear a familiar laugh. It's one of my homeboys in the world. This brother I missed his call like the day before yesterday. Randomly, him and his brother are laughing, and the third person that was with him was the brother we was talking to. I stopped the car. I'm jerked the car like this. I check the mirrors and I pop it in reverse going back down Main Street. You see how the Most High works?
Yeah.
I said, hey. They stopped like, hey, who was that?
Right.
We ride with the tent, man.
Right.
They thought something was going on.
Yeah.
Right. I said, hey, brother, come here, man. Who was that? I said, it's your brother. Oh, man. And then the guy who was teaching, he was like, oh, that's him.
Right.
Yeah. And I pointed back at him. I said, yeah, what you still doing out here? All right.
Right.
The brothers, so the point about this is, right, the whole point of this story, this is somebody that I love. This is a brother I love. But our interests are different at this point.
Yeah.
I would be walking out with them if I wasn't in this truth.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have been the fourth wheel. We're leaving the desolation of Sodom and Gomorrah, Babylon, and they're enjoying it. They're understanding. We have to be willing to leave certain things behind.
Yeah.
I said, brother, what y'all doing? He's like, man, we just chilling, just left the bar. What y'all doing? Like, we just got done teaching. I asked that brother, oh yeah, he was just telling me about that. He was just telling me about y'all. Lo and behold, you know me. He knows you. He knows us. Now we know each other.
Right. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's Lord.
This was 2 a.m. How did we? It's not coincidence.
Man's going.
Man's goings of the Lord.
Yeah.
And I charged that brother. I said, remember the conversation we had.
Right.
And don't forget it. And we pulled off. Because if you're not willing to leave some things behind, let's go to the book of Matthew. Right? The whole purpose of bringing that up, you got to be willing to let go. You can't serve the Most High holding on to everything you learned in the world. Let's go to Matthew chapter 19, verse 16. Bring this out. We know the account. Let's bring this out.
Book of Matthew chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, and that is God.
That is who?
That is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
And that's the foundation. When you're not walking in a correct foundation, you're not honestly and earnestly keeping the commandments of the Most High. Your foundation should be built around the structure of the Most High that He's given us, right? Keep reading.
He saith unto him, which Yahushua said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, and thou shalt not bear false witness unto thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And what was the brother's response to Christ?
The young man saith unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up, what lack I yet? Yahushua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me.
Right? And verse 20 is very important because a lot of us have a perception of delusion.
Right. Yeah.
I'm doing everything. What am I lacking? Why is this happening to me? I ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of us say in the face of righteousness, I'm good. What else I need to do? What am I lacking? And Yahushua says, if you will be blameless, if you want to be perfect, hey, go sell what you have. What was his response in verse 22?
But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful.
He went away what?
He went away sorrowful.
Wait a minute. He followed Yahushua.
He went away sorrowful.
Wait a minute. He stayed in the truth.
He went away sorrowful, where he had great possession.
Hey, he forgot the first words.
Right.
Everything that he said he was holding as far as keeping the commandments, where did that go?
Right.
You got to have faith as well, brother.
Yeah.
You can't just be a law keeper. You're not justified by the law. Where's your faith at, man? What's keeping you going? Where's the fighting you? We all have to keep fighting. Let's go to the book of Philippians chapter 3. We got to keep fighting, man. You can't lower your head and, you know what, shake the head and just walk off from Yahushua. You know what? I ain't selling nothing. I'm not ready to cut this hand off.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to pluck this eye. Give me Philippians chapter 3 and let's start at verse 3.
Book of Philippians, chapter 3, and verse 3. For we are the circumcision.
Say it again.
For
We are the circumcision.
Now, if anybody has anything to talk about or to boast about, right, it would be Paul. It would be these people who have done works. It would be Joshua. It would be, the prophets. Hey, brothers that we're reading about.
Right.
People who you will say, I have a lot to lose. I'm not willing to sell anything. But what about those who are actually serving the Lord?
Right.
Do they boast of their works in the flesh? Let's look at this account. This is a mighty account. Read this.
For we are the circumcision, which worship God in the spirit, and rejoice in Christ, Yahushua, and have no confidence in the flesh.
Say that one more time.
And have no confidence in the flesh.
Read.
Though I might also have confidence in the flesh, if any other man thinketh that he have whereof he might trust in the flesh, I more.
Hey, he's saying, man, if you got something, you the glory over. Look at me.
Yeah.
What other person would have something to name off or have something to lose or wouldn't be able to give something up in this world? I got a great name. Man, I done did. Hey, he's gonna name his stuff out. Give me verse 5.
Circumcised the 8th.
Man, I was circumcised on the 8th day. Keep going.
Of the stock of Israel.
I'm of the stock of Yasharallah. Keep going.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Man, I know what tribe I am. Read.
And Hebrew of the Hebrews.
I'm a Hebrew of Hebrews.
Right.
Read.
As touching the law of Pharisees.
Concerning
zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless.
All right, so he says, and try to speak up for me. Concerning the zeal, persecuting the church, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. Bro said, man, I know this book back, front to back. And I'm walking righteous. This is what, and he's not going down that road, but if he was to, he's showing you how that would look.
concerning zeal.
Concerning zeal, what we talking about?
Yeah.
You know, who gonna talk to me? But watch this, read.
For what things were gained to me, those I counted lost for Christ.
Say it again.
Those I counted lost for Christ.
Hey, those things that you will glory in the flesh, if I had to lose all of that for Hamashiach, hey, it's gone.
Right.
Because those things, you don't put the world, you don't put flesh over this work. You got to be willing to sacrifice, man.
No.
You can't put, hey, I'm the seed of Judah over that same person not around who was doing it. Now, what good was you boasting on that?
Oh, yeah.
You back smoking, you back at the strip club, you back doing craziness. But just last week, hey man, we the tribe, we the peculiar treasure. Now you see my fringes? What good is that? Right? Read verse 8.
Verse 8, yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but lost for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahushua Mashiach, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Christ.
You see that? You see that? Breaking this down, you're going to go through a lot of things in His truth. You're going to suffer. You're going to have adversity. You're going to have affliction. But none of that should outweigh the reward you have through that you're going to get through Hamashiach, man. Yahweh. The Most High is counting on his children to wake up, man.
Yeah.
The sealing has to happen. Hey, those who have to be sealed, and it must come to fruition, man. You can't be so caught up, even of those in the truth and those who won't let go of the world, or those who having issues, or those who aren't. You can't be so caught up that you forget about the reward, that you're in a race, and that you're ultimately trying to win that race and receive that crown, man. Bounce down to verse 13 from the Bible shop.
Verse 13, brethren.
Say it again.
Brethren, I count not myself to have
Apprehended.
but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind.
Say that one more time.
Forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
You got to forget the things that you learned in this world. Sometimes the places you used to hang, sometimes the people you used to be with. You got to forget some of those things in order to move forward. You can't come into this truth every day. We see you reminiscing of, hey man, you remember when we used to hit the block? Man, those were the good old days. You remember when we had Sasha and Tisha, man, at the house? Those were the good old days. Hey, brother, you going off, man. Hey, for our sisters too, man. You gotta be willing to push forward. And what does it say in verse 14?
I press toward the mark.
You do what?
I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh and Yahushua Mashiach.
Read.
Let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. And if in anything ye be otherwise minded, Yahweh shall reveal even this unto you.
God, and this is what we want to be. We want to be like-minded. We want to find our way back to the truth. So we need discipline and we need order. But with that, I yield.
Yeah, that's right. Give me a Sirach, chapter 30.
I got you.
Gone. 35.
Go ahead, Kyle. I'm gonna pull it up.
Gone. Give me Sirach, chapter 35, and we like to start from the top. We're gonna run through 4. All right, that's right, man. You have to, and that's why the sacrifice, and it means a lot to us.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying this last night. You know, brother came up laughing, scoffing, and mocking.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know, man, we try to devote our lives to this, right? We're not up here for fun and games. We don't take time out of our day to come and do this because it's fun. It's an act. It's a show.
Right.
Oh, this is serious to us, man. And this is the devotion that it takes. It takes away sleep, right? It takes away time from your family. It takes away all things that you could be doing that you have to sacrifice unto the Lord. All right, so read that.
Book of Sirach, chapter 35, verse 1.
Bring it out.
He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough. He that taketh heed to the commandment offereth a peace offering.
Right.
He that requiteth a good turn offereth fine flour. And he that giveth alms sacrifice of praise.
So these things are spiritual sacrifices that we give up.
That's right.
Not everything is just carnal and law, right? Not physically offering a bullock today, right? A turtle dove.
Right.
We don't really have the fine flour,
Right.
right? These are things that we're spiritually offering up when we do those good works.
That's right.
When you give alms, you sacrifice praise unto the Lord. That's a good thing to do that we could do today.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
To depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to the Lord.
Go ahead.
And to forsake unrighteousness is a propitiation.
Propitiation. Go ahead.
Right.
It's like, thou shalt not appear empty before the Lord.
What did it say?
Thou shalt not appear empty before the
And a
Lord.
lot of us are appearing empty before the Lord. We're not doing none of that. We're forsaking those things because they're hard.
Mm-hmm.
You're forsaking the giving alms because you're too tired to go give them. You're too tired to set up an alms mission to go out and feed the poor of the people.
Right.
And Leviticus 25 and 25, it tells you that you have to go out and do that.
Right.
You should go out and feed the people.
Right.
You should take in the poor, in the homeless, right? And that's why we were giving up tithes, was to feed the widows, to
Right.
feed the homeless, right? You gotta let them glean off the grapes of the tree.
Right.
You can't go over there scrounging all the stuff off the floor. You drop a berry, you like what they call a small hat today.
Right.
You got to pick up every little shekel and penny. No, man.
Can't do that.
Bro, we're not like that. We're not a greedy, overbearing people that don't look out for one another. And that's the selflessness and humility that you have to have, but that comes with a sacrifice.
That's right.
It's hard to be humble when your people are so prideful and boastful against you. Right? Give me Acts 20 and 24. All right.
That's right.
And if you can get that, can you grab it in the NIV for me?
No.
Acts 20 and 24. Because we have all been sent out on a mission, right? And none of us had to count our lives for anything,
Right.
right? We had to, like it said, he said, I count this as dumb.
Right.
That man said, I've done everything. The Lord said, well, give up your riches. It says it's harder for a rich man to enter into heaven than a camel to go through an eye of a needle.
Right.
That means it's impossible.
Right.
A rich man won't enter into heaven. Why? Because he will not forsake his riches.
At all.
He will hold on. Even Acts 5, with
Right.
Ananias and Sapphira, they
Right.
kept back a portion because their riches were great.
Right.
And they only gave a portion to the church.
Right.
What did the Lord do? He took them up out of there.
Yeah.
They said, why do you grieve the Holy Spirit? You lied to the Holy Spirit. You're not lying to man. And they both dropped dead.
Yeah. Right at that point.
Right? So if you can read that.
The book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 24 in the NIV. However, I consider my life worth nothing to me.
Worth what?
Worth
Nothing to me.
Uh-huh.
My only aim is to finish the race.
My what?
My only aim is to finish the race.
That's what your mind should be on. Matthew 6 and 33. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all these things be added unto you. Go ahead.
And complete the task the Lord Yahweh Shah has given me.
It says, and complete the task that the Lord has given unto us.
Right.
Hey, that takes a hell of a lot of sacrifice.
It does.
Paul said he labored more abundantly, being the least of the apostles.
Right.
So he had a different mission.
Right.
He didn't marry. There's no account of Paul having a wife, children. No, he told people it's better not to marry for the work of the Lord. If you're single, just be single.
Right.
But if you burn to get you a wife, if you
Right.
desire a woman that bad, get you a
Go
wife.
ahead and do that.
But it's greater gain to not be married because the work of the Lord takes precedence over all that.
Mm-hmm.
And are you willing to sacrifice that?
Right.
Are you willing to deny the flesh, the pleasures of that flesh? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a wife,
Right.
right? That's why the Lord created the woman,
Right.
right? Let me get that real quick in think it's 1 Corinthians. What I want.
11:8 and
I think this is what I want. Hold on. Salakia.
It's all good. What you looking for?
Give me 29. 1 Corinthians 7:29.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 29.
Bring it out.
But this I say, brethren, the time is short.
The what?
The
Time is short.
We don't have that much time left upon earth. We've been
Right.
living in the end times since Ezra. Right, go ahead.
It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Be as what?
Be as though.
That both they that have wives be as though they have none.
It has to be as if you don't have a wife in this truth. Why? Because there's so much work to be done.
Right.
And it's a very hard thing to juggle family, a wife, kids, and the ministry.
Right.
That's a hard thing to do. But
Thanks.
that's a good reward and a sacrifice for you. Your
Right.
they got to understand that.
Right.
That this truth comes first.
Right.
And there's a lot of sacrifices that come with that.
Right.
Money may be tight. We travel a lot. Money
Right.
may be tight, man. You may have to miss certain things with your family to go out and serve the Lord. And they have to be on one mind with that to say, he's doing the will of the Lord. That takes sacrifice. That takes time away from us. But that's a good reward and a just thing for him to do. Go ahead.
That's right.
Verse 30. They that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not,
Go ahead.
and they that use this world as not abusing it.
As not abusing it. Go ahead.
For the fashion of this world passeth away.
Because again, all this stuff passes away.
That's right.
You buy, but it's as though you buy nothing because
Right.
it diminishes.
Yeah, it
It goes
diminishes.
away. Right?
Loses value.
We all perish. These things aren't going to be remembered. You don't remember this life and the next life. God forbid we're here for another regeneration.
Man.
All right. Hopefully, it's our
This
last
is the
life
last-
here.
Yeah.
We make
yeah.
it out of here, man. If not us, our children, man.
Right.
Right? Because hey, the time is soon nigh. They say the day is far spent.
Right.
It's you see the sun cracking over the horizon, man. And that's our salvation waiting on us. And at noonday, we're gonna be shaded, right? Like we were in the wilderness. That chariot is gonna be protecting us, man.
Right.
And it's gonna be carrying us about, showing us the way to move, right? Let me get 2 Timothy real quick. 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse number 5. And Paul is a beautiful example of how to go and suffer through affliction.
Right.
Right? You're not gonna find no one else that really actually. Give me Romans real quick. Romans chapter 7. You're not gonna find nobody that really went through what Paul went through.
At all.
That's detailed. A lot of men went through stuff, right? But Paul's, it was specifically detailed for us to learn from that. That even though you were on a wicked path, even though you may have fell short, even though you thought you was doing right, he said, and no thing I offended in law. I was so zealous, I was slaying the people that was worshiping Christ.
Yeah, going off.
Going off. But to the Hebrews and to the Jews, that he was on fire.
Right.
And he said, but I count all of that nothing for the Lord. Knowing the Bible like I know it, all of that, if I had to give it up for the Lord, I'd give it up. All right, so read 7 and I think I want 24. Give me 21.
Book of Romans chapter 7, verse 21. I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man.
I delight in the law of God after the inward man. Go ahead.
But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind.
This is a spiritual battle.
Right.
You're warring against that law within your mind to say, I want to go off, to say, I want to do wickedness, right?
And bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members.
We all have that law of sin, which is in our members.
Right.
it tells you, just look at that sister.
Right.
You know what? She's not married.
Right. Right.
You just take a gaze, all right?
Yeah.
and your mind,
look.
your mind start. It's trying to deceive you to go off.
Yeah, it's going
right.
on.
Hey, brother, just indulge a little more on the social media instead of reading. Get 5 more minutes. That 5 minutes turned into 30.
Keep scrolling.
It turned into an hour.
Right.
It turned into I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed.
Right.
We've all been there.
Right.
That's that law within your members that doesn't want you to do good. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Oh wretched man that I am.
Oh what?
Oh wretched man that I am.
We have to accept that and say that about ourselves. Oh wretched man that I am. You can't say like the man said in Matthew 19.
Right.
Where have I fallen short?
Yeah.
What have I offended in? What do I lack?
Right.
You lack a lot. If any man thinks he's prideful enough to say, what do I lack? You got to examine that person.
Yeah, you do.
My grandma always said, let me find somebody who's sinless.
Right.
You bring that brother to me.
Yeah. Let me examine.
You're not going to find it. And if a man pronounces himself to be, we've seen men do that.
Yeah, we have.
And they fallen.
I don't see it.
They fallen. Yeah, show me my sin.
Yeah.
Where you at now? We seeing people back in the world, right? They only fitness content.
Yeah,
They're making content with Edomites. And you was once preaching this word mightily, saying you had no sin.
Right.
now you're dibbling and dabbling, man. All right, go ahead.
Oh wretched man that I am,
Uh-huh.
who shall deliver me from the body of this death?
Uh-huh.
I thank Yahweh, who Yahweh Shah Mashiach, our Lord. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of God,
Uh-huh.
but with the flesh, the law of sin.
And that's what we understand, that there's a war between the two. All right, Galatians 5:16 to say that there's a war between the two that's in the inward part. But you have to give your mind up to the law of God. You have to always lean. You can't lean unto your own understanding
at all.
You have to lean unto the law of God and that grace and mercy that He has bestowed unto us.
Right.
All right, give me Job 1 real quick. There's another man that caught extreme hill, right? Extreme turmoil.
Right.
And he persevered through it, man. Right? He took it on the chin and didn't complain.
Right.
Give me Job chapter 1 and give me verse give me Job 1 and 20.
Look at Job chapter 1, starting at verse 20. There Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head.
So after Job caught all the affliction that he just caught, losing all his money, losing all his servants, losing all his cattle, losing his children.
Right.
It says Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head. Read.
And shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshiped.
What'd he do?
And worship.
A lot of us don't have this mentality when we catch ill
at all.
We ask God why.
Right.
Why am I going through this?
Right.
Job was accounted perfect.
That's right.
This is when I go through hell, I try to remember the scripture to the best of my ability.
Right.
Right. I remember I was catching complete hell at work one time. I ended up getting, I forgot what it was. My license was jammed up and I was out of work for like 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
Wow.
I had a ticket. That pushed me back another week. And I'm trying to get it situated. I'm going down there. I pay the ticket, right? They don't get the payment. They say, oh, well, we didn't send it off to finalize it. I'm out of work for almost a month, right? And still having to pay bills. And I'm catching all this hell. And I'm like, I remember I read this, fell down. I just glorified the Lord.
Yeah.
I said, hey, let your will be done.
Yeah.
You don't want me at work, right? Ain't nothing I can do about it. You can't force the course of the river.
Okay.
And it's no point of being mad to try to change something you can't change.
Right.
You just have to give glory unto the Lord.
That's right.
Because read the next verse.
God. It said, naked came I out of my mother's womb.
I didn't come into this world with anything. Read.
Right.
And naked shall I return this.
And I'm going to return out of this world with nothing.
Right.
I don't got a U-Haul with a behind the hearse carrying all my riches and my gold. The Lord said, you store up all these treasures to leave to another.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
The Lord gave,
Uh-huh.
and the Lord has taken away.
Go ahead.
Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Do what?
Blessed be the name of the Lord.
You have to bless the Lord through all that He gives and all that He takes away. Why? Because you have to know that The Lord is perfect. He has the Lord. He has a purpose and why he does what he does.
Right.
You have to understand that all things, like it says in Romans 8:28, all things work for the greater good of those that love the Lord.
Right.
And when you understand that and you really believe that, you're gonna understand that the affliction comes with it.
Right.
I'm gonna get the class real quick. Give me Sirach 2. You're gonna understand that the affliction comes with it, and you're gonna rejoice in it, right? You're gonna count it as great gain. Paul say that. You count the affliction for the Lord as great gain, right? Start at 2 and 1.
Book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1.
You know?
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
That's the sacrifice.
That's right.
That temptation that comes, the tempter don't come when you're in the world. The tempter comes when you start to serve the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
And so when that temptation does come, your mission is to not make haste in that time of trouble.
Right.
Your mission is to gird yourself up, gird your loins, right? It tell you that in Job 30:3, it say gird your loins, right? And I will ask of thee, and you must answer. The Lord's gonna ask you these questions in that day, and you got to give an account for it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
No, the Lord's gonna decrease you.
That thou mayest be increased in thy last end.
So when you endure and you weather the storm, you're going to be increased at the last end. I always use this analogy. At the middle of a tornado, it's calm.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to the eye, they do it on a movie. It's kind of surreal looking at it.
Yeah.
Everything just flying about, but the middle of it's calm.
Yeah.
And it's no harm touching them. That's how the Lord is going to be with us.
Right.
It's going to be all hell breaking loose. And he's going to increase us at the end where no harm touches us.
Right.
So I said, those that laugh, let them laugh. But we're going to have the last laugh.
That's right.
Because the Most High is going to increase us at the end because we were faithful. We endured the temptation. We were tried as gold in the fire, removing all the impurities to be made that acceptable sacrifice unto the Lord. All right, with that, you got it.
You got a precept, King?
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 7.
All right, come on, I'll bring that out. Mighty points you made, King, through the Spirit. All right, let's get the precept for the brother, Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 3. I bring that out, y'all. Bumper shot.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 3. Sorrow is better than laughter. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better.
Right. Go ahead and expound on that, King. Oh, okay, cool. See, we gonna get them in there one day. We gonna get them in there one day. So you have to be understanding that the times that you're relishing in, right, through sin, right, those things are for a season. You have to be willing to sacrifice all of those things, man, because when you're in laughter and you're in mirth, you forget about adversity. And quite frankly, when you're in adversity and affliction, you're not thinking about the good times. You're going through a hardship. You're going to buckle down. You're going to focus in, like the brother said. You're either going to fold or you're going to worship the Most High. You're either going to come back to righteousness, right, at that moment, start praying to the Most High for the betterment of your spirit to lift you up, or you're going to fall little by little. And that's what we see when a lot of our brethren, a lot of our fellow Israelites, they stop searching and seeking counsel of the Most High, and they start surfeiting and looking at their own counsels in their own mind, causing doubt, causing turmoil, and being tossed to and fro. And then they start to lose steam because Satan has already infiltrated you, and he's causing doubt beyond measure.
Right.
He's causing anxiety beyond measure. He's causing you to forfeit your spirit by constantly implanting ideas in your mind and in your heart that are contrary against thus says the Lord. Mm-hmm. Hey, you, like the brother said, you come in this thing naked. Hey, and naked shall you leave, man. Let me get the book of Matthew, chapter 5. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and let's start at verse number 29. Bring this out.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 29. And if thy right eye offend thee,
right?
pluck it out,
Do what?
pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is possible for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
And this is what a sacrifice may look like. You may have to remove the very lust or characteristic that you're calling you. It's not you. It's against the Most High. You've adopted. A lot of people say, well, I'm a Capricorn. That's not you. That's the adoption of doctrinal disease, man. You're sick. And you have to be uplifted and healed through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You have to be willing to understand that certain things that you're doing in this walk and people who aren't in this walk, who want to get in this walk, is completely contrary to what the Most High wants you to do. And you have to be willing to be humble enough to accept correction. You have to be willing to be humble enough to admit that you're wrong. You got to be humble enough to say, hey, you know what? I was going off. And push 10 times harder to continue to fight the good fight.
Right.
Keep reading.
God. Verse 30. If thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is possible for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Why can't you see that you need to sell all that you have, spiritually speaking, whatever that issue that you're holding on to, whatever that secret sin is, and you need to cast it from you. That way you don't perish. That way you don't fall susceptible to even more destruction. Hey, the Most High push your candlelight out, man. He takes your spirit back up to the third heaven because you couldn't let go of the wicked devices on earth, man. You didn't think he would do it to you.
Right.
You didn't think the Most High would take you out of here. And now you have to, now you got to give an account for the wicked works. The book, your book has been closed.
Mm-hmm.
He closed your book. Your story's written. And then, like we had a conversation about, brothers, well, all Israel's gonna be saved. I'm gonna just be regenerated back in the kingdom. Hey man, take that approach if you want to. All Israel gonna be saved, brother. All right. Hey, the Most High is not gonna let simple Jake finesse him. If thou is written, Yahweh, thou is written. That's Jake. I ain't gotta do nothing. I'll come back through the laws of one of you niggas. Faithfully. I'm gonna get in the kingdom.
That's off.
That's off. And the Most High, like Christ said, you worried about the one who will destroy your body. You should be worried about the one who will destroy your body and your soul, man.
That's right.
Who will take you up out of here, man.
Yeah.
Because y'all were playing when it came to the Most High. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 41. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 41. Right? And let's start at the top. Bring this out.
Book of Sirach, chapter 41, verse 1.
Bring it out.
O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions.
Man, a lot of people, and this is going to be on both sides, they good with what they got. This is to the people who are so set on the earth that you don't need to call on the Most High. Keep reading.
Unto the man that have nothing to vex.
Say that one more time.
Unto the man that have nothing to vex.
Unto the man that have not a thing to worry about. How bitter is it when you just get snatched out of existence? All of your things that you desired and heaped unto yourself. You didn't want to serve the Lord. You had everything the heart desires. Read.
And that have prosperity in all things. Yeah, unto him that is yet able to receive meat.
And read the next portion.
O death, acceptable is thy sentence.
And And then you have death that, hey, where the sentence of death is acceptable because you in such a low estate. Just kill me. First, you got death that's bitter to the, I don't want to die. I'm having too much fun. Then you have death, hey man, I ain't got enough. Keep reading.
Oh, death acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy,
Uh-huh.
and to him whose strength faileth. That is now in the last age,
Read.
and is vexed with all things, and to him that despaireth and has lost patience.
And have what?
And
Has lost patience.
And so on both spectrums, you have people who are not willing to serve the Lord for one extent of being too far on the right hand, and then, well, I'm going through too much, and I don't give a damn. Just kill me.
Yep.
They've lost patience. Both sides are in error, man. Because in each example, no one was willing to understand the sacrifice of actually serving the Most High,
Right.
of what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua requires of you, man. Right? No one was willing to understand that. Bounce down to verse 4, Bible Shop.
Verse 4. Art thou against the pleasure of the Most High?
And that's a question you got to ask. Why are you against what the Most High desires? Read it.
There is no inquisition in the grave.
There's no arguing once he push your candle out, man. There's no debating. There's no haggling. There's no finessing in the grave. Read.
Whether thou hast lived 10 or 100 or 1,000 years,
Right.
the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly.
So a lot of people aren't understanding that error of their way, and that they have to manifest some will and desire to be disciplined enough to make hard decisions, what's necessary to serve the Most High. Let's bounce down to verse 8.
Verse 8. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High God.
What happens when you don't want to sacrifice?
Which have forsaken the law of the Most High God. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction.
Read.
And if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse. And if ye die, a curse shall be your portion.
So through the spirit and wisdom and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, if you're rich, your increase is going to be your destruction because you forsook the law, you forsook serving the Most High. And if you're too down on your luck to even look up and you've lost patience, you're going to die in your curse. Your portion is designated for you because you're not serving the Most High with your whole heart.
No.
You're not giving a damn about the Most High. This is why we have to come out here and do what we're doing, man. Nobody's thinking upon thus says the Lord. Not anymore.
Right.
Nobody's thinking upon the hard decisions you have to make. Let's go to the book of 1 Maccabees real quick, right? Let's go to the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 13. Let's go to the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 13, and let's start at verse 14. Bring this out.
Book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 13, verse 14.
Bring it out.
Now, when Tryphon knew that Simon was raised up instead of his brother Jonathan, and meant to join battle with him, he sent messengers unto him, saying, whereas we have Jonathan thy brother in hold, it is for money that he is owing unto the king's treasury, concerning the business that was committed unto him. So
you got a wicked heathen leader, Tryphon, military captain, whatever you want to call him, man. And he's captured your brother. Let's just put you in this predicament, right? He's captured your brother, and now you have to lead the people. You've raised up, hey, you got to go to war with this guy, right? Hey, and this leader tells you, hey man, we kidnapped him because he owed me. Hey, I need that money. I need him to go out and get that money for me. Matter of fact, as collateral For him to do that, I need you, new leader, to do what? Read verse 16.
Wherefore now send 100 talents of silver.
I need you to send me money. I got your brother. He's gonna go get this other money for me, but as collateral, so that he know I mean business when he out there collecting my money. I'm gonna take something for him. Hey, what does he want? What is he asking for? What is he asking Simon to send on behalf of his brother? Read this.
And 2 of his sons for hostages.
Hey, give me. Hey, I want interest. Be like 20% interest, and then give me 2 of his sons. Read.
That when he is at liberty, he may not revolt from us.
So when he go out and do what I need him to do, he's gonna be my puppet. Read.
And we will let him go.
And you know what? Once the deed is done, we'll let him go. These are just some of hard decisions that serving the Most High you may be faced with.
Yeah.
Right? Read verse 17.
Verse 17. Hereupon Simon, albeit he perceived that they spake deceitfully unto him,
Right?
yet sent he the money and the children, lest peradventure he should procure to himself great hatred of the people.
So he perceived that this guy was lying about it, that he just wanted to finesse Simon,
Right.
and he was going to do his own will, whether he sent the money or not,
Right.
whether he sent his brother's children, his lineage, his inheritance or not. And if he didn't do it, he would lose the trust of the people he was placed to lead.
Right.
This is when you call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is when you sit down, you fast, you meditate, and you do everything you have to do versus roll over in a corner and go off of your own counsel. I ain't gonna, I'm gonna just, hey brother, bring me the dice. We finna roll the dice. Crapped out. Dang. No, everything has to be done with counsel of the Lord, wise and wisdom, and hard decisions may have to be made in order for you to stay in the truth, in order for you to do what's necessary to remove certain spirits. You have to make a decision to fast. You got to go a day without eating, 2 days without eating. Some of us don't want to do that. That's too hard of a decision. You want me to stop eating? If I don't eat, I'll die.
Right.
These are the things, and you don't even understand. The Most High he puts us in situations to see whether we're gonna do thus says the Lord or no. Now, I'm not gonna read this whole account, but this leader did end up killing Jonathan, and Simon ended up avenging. Ended up making they like, hey man, don't deal with us how we dealt with you wickedly. That's what they ended up saying to Simon, man. They jumped out of an engine of war on him in the city, and they had him climbing the walls. The women and children, it was all crying. But you killed his man's brother. Decisions have to be made in this truth. And these decisions, ultimately, they don't look pretty a lot. Sometimes it may look, it disparaged. Let's go to the book of Genesis. And I think you brought it up earlier, man, with Abraham. Let's get the count. Chapter 22. Sometimes you have to see things through by faith. You have to move in faith. From the top. Bring this out.
Book of Genesis, chapter 22, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, behold, here I am. And he said, take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains.
So if you don't know this account, you should know this account. If you don't know this account, This is where Abraham was being tried. And he was given a hard decision to make, to where the Most High commanded him to take his only son, right? Whom thou what? Lovest, and offer him for a sacrifice. Bounce down to verse 9.
Verse 9. And they came to the place which God had told him of, and Abraham built the altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood.
Right?
And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son.
Right?
And the angel of the Lord called to him out of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am.
Read.
And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God.
What happened?
For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, from me.
A lot of us aren't willing to go through or see anything through to the end. You start something that you can't finish. You commit to something that you're not counting the cost. Affliction arises. A lot of people choose to put down serving the Lord because they have a decision to make. Either do this or serve the Lord. And people make a decision to put down the Lord. A lot of times you're not understanding that that's the same proposition that our forefathers was put in. You have a decision to serve the Most High or serve your doubt.
Mhm.
Serve your questions. There was a guy asking 1,000 questions last night. I don't believe in Catholicism, but what about Catholicism? I want to know what y'all believe in, but this is what I believe in. You can't do both. Huh? Double-minded. You got to see things through. And these examples that we are pulling out today are about seeing things through. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 8. Go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8. All right? The Most High is testing you, man. Start at verse 2. To see whether you're going to do this thing or you're going to keep making excuses. Bring this out.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee.
To do what?
To humble thee, and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldst keep his commandments or no.
So the Most High is consistently prying, investigating, examining, twisting, creating incisions, looking inside, putting the x-ray. Everything that we're doing is to prove us right now. That's why you're in Babylon. That's why you're scattered. We said that last night. You're here for correction. So there's no point in understanding that you're God's chosen and you don't want to go through anything, which is the Lord calls that the correction. In order, as it says in Hebrews 12, to be a son, you have to go through what? The chastisement. In order to make it, to be called gold, you got to be tried in the what? The fire. Those imperfections have to be burned off. So we're at a point, we're at a junction right now where people, they're looking at what they have, they're looking at what's going on, and they're not understanding that the things that they're holding on, they're doubting the Most High can even do anything. A lot of people are so doubtful that they refuse to even ask the Most High for anything. They refuse to even say, Lord, forgive me, and this is really what I need. They're so stuck in where they are that they don't even want to talk to the Most High. Give me the book of Matthew chapter 7. All right? One more precept. Give me the book of Matthew chapter 7 and start at verse number 7. Bring this out.
Book of Matthew chapter 7 verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be open unto you.
A lot of us are afraid to do that because we've gone so far off into rebelliousness that a sacrifice of even admitting that you need help is too hard. That's too hard. Read.
For every one that asketh receiveth,
Right.
and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be open.
Read.
Or what man is there of you who, if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone?
You see that? You know what I'm saying? Who doing that? Read.
Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent?
Wow. Read.
If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father, which is in heaven, give good things to them that ask him?
If you being evil know how to give your child Christmas gifts, take them on trips to smoke and give them a rites of passage of sin, why can't the Most High do anything for you to keep you going in this truth through adversity?
Right.
Why is that too hard for you to understand? That there is no compromise when serving the Most High. You either all in or you're not.
Right.
But with that, I'll let the brother get in there.
Come on. All right, get a Matthew chapter 6 real quick.
Go.
Matthew 6 and I'm in the wrong chapter. Matthew 6 and give me start at verse number 27. Or start at 28.
Go.
Book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 28.
Bring it up.
And why take ye thought for raiment?
Uh-huh.
Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin.
Right.
And yet I say unto you, that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these.
And this is going into you taking thought of tomorrow, taking
Right.
thought of things that you really can't control. The lilies of the field, they grow.
Right.
They don't say, well, how am I going to get water tomorrow?
No,
they don't
no.
worry about when the rain's going to come, where the nutrients is going to come from.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
Wherefore, if God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven,
Right?
shall he
Which,
not
because
much,
these things are eventually going to be burned up, read.
shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith?
And that's the problem with a lot of us. We have little faith,
Right.
and that requires our sacrifice to mean nothing, right? Because if you ask without faith, it don't mean nothing.
Right.
You didn't really ask, right? When Peter got off the boat, right, he said, hey, Lord, if that be you, call out and I'm going to walk unto you.
Right.
He walked on water for a little bit.
Right.
He endured for a little bit. He didn't realize how boisterous the wind was till he took his eyes off the Lord.
Right.
And then he took his eyes off the Lord and he started to drown.
Mm-hmm.
He said, hey, Lord, come save me.
Right.
He said, oh, ye of little faith.
Hey, yeah.
You was just walking on the water. Why you get scared?
That's why you seeking.
But because you took your eyes off the prize, now you start to fall.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 31, therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or with wherewithal shall we be clothed?
And that's the mindset that you have to have. Don't take no thought of the cares of this world, of what's coming to pass, what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink, of the turmoil that you're in, because the Most High is going to provide for you, as he provides for everything upon the earth. The fowls of the air don't wonder, how am I going to find a cricket? How am I going to find a worm? Right? They just know, they go out, they do their hunting, and they do what they do. We have been given abilities above the beast, and we relegate ourselves as lower because we know that the Most High feeds and we know that the Most High takes care of them,
Right.
but we don't have faith that he'll do it to us.
Right.
Right, keep going.
Verse 32, for after all these things do the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knows that ye have need of all these things.
So the Lord knows that we have need of all these things. As the
Right.
brother just eloquently brought out, he's going to feed us.
Right.
Right? Of carnal men know how to feed us. The Lord is gonna know how to feed us.
That's right.
Right? He made us. Like the brother was asking all the multiple questions
Right.
last night. Said
Multitude.
the Lord didn't know His creation.
Mm.
Yes, He does, man.
Yeah,
He knows the need that we have.
that's right.
That's why He made the woman for us. He knows the desire of a man.
Right,
Right? The Lord gave us the desire of our heart
right,
to be able to eat the fatling and all these things that taste pleasing unto men.
right.
Right? Keep going.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God
Uh-huh.
and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
That's where your faith has to lie.
Right.
On that straight and narrow path. That's when you have your eyes single upon the kingdom,
Right.
when it's not on a multitude of diverse things, your faith
Right.
can't waver. Right? Go ahead.
Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself.
Because you don't know what tomorrow beholds.
That's
The
right.
Lord does. That's why He gives you sufficient for it. Read.
Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
So you have to take no thought of that stuff.
Right.
And now you got to give a forewarning. Yes, be prudent.
Right.
Yes, have plans and things to set out, but you don't know what tomorrow beholds.
Exactly.
They say a wrench could be thrown in there and everything gets thrown off.
Right.
Does that now mean your faith wavers and you start to drown? No, it means you hold steadfast, but you have to know that the Lord is going to be with you.
Right.
And that, again, that's having faith is that sacrifice. That's
It
a
is.
sacrifice well-pleasing unto the Lord.
It is.
And that's why with everything that we're going through, with all the precepts that we have brought out,
Right.
it all leads to being dependable,
Right.
having faith, and it all completes that sacrifice. Because when you do all that, it all automatically offers up that sacrifice. And the Lord is pleased with that.
That's right.
Right? Give me Hebrews chapter 6 and verse number 10 real quick. A lot of y'all lack too much faith in the Lord.
Right.
Right, whenever you get that.
Hebrews said the verse what?
6 and 10.
Okay, come
Book of Hebrews chapter 6 verse 10.
bring it out.
For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love.
So the Most High isn't unrighteous to forget the things that you've done. You're not just going to put in a whole bunch of labor and never get your reward.
That's right.
The Most High isn't right. He's not Esau. You go work for 2 weeks and then he fires you and never gives you a check.
Most definitely
I
not.
had somebody do that.
Right.
Went to work, never got my check.
Right. Yeah, that happened to me once.
I was like, you know what? It is what it is.
So,
Right.
so I went to work, right? And this was a while ago. This is my younger days. And it was a Jake who owned the company. I go to work. I'm ready for the paycheck the next week. Where the paycheck? Everybody looking around. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? Why are we looking around? Oh, we working on it. Y'all working on it. What does that mean? Right? I finally get the check. I go to the bank. We can't cash this. Why? There are no funds in this account or something like that. The banks know. They know if it's a fraudulent check, and they know if they can pull money from that check.
Right.
I don't know how they know, but they knew. Man, I'm on the phone. Hey, man, you gave me the piece of paper, but there's nothing backing it. Long story short, hey, nobody wants to work for no wages, man.
Yeah.
And the wages we work now is for sin. If we're not serving the Most High, you're gonna get death for that.
Yeah.
But go ahead,
Wait.
Kate. It's crazy.
Yeah. Now I literally had the almost exact same thing. I was working for a Jake that I got put on through one of my people.
Right.
And they ain't really know him like that. But they knew that he owned a business. He owned a box truck company, man. I went to go work for him. I used to say this years ago. And like 7 years ago.
Right.
And I worked for him for a few days, and I was just like, man, this ain't really working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Equipment was bad, so I'm like, yeah, I'm done. He ain't never paid me.
Wow.
Yeah, because I quit.
Oh, see that?
Yeah, I ain't get my worst pay, man.
Yeah,
Nobody want to do that. You know what I mean?
That's all, man.
So,
But that's it.
yeah, but the Most High isn't like that. The Most High is not like man. All right, let's keep going.
For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name.
And the labor of love has to be towards the Lord's name.
Right.
Read.
In that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
And do minister. Read.
And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence.
We pray that you guys show the same diligence, because it's to no avail if it's just 3 of us. So what avail is that? What army is that?
Right.
It's not an army. It's a damn platoon.
Right.
That's a small one at that.
Right.
Ain't no platoon's got 20, 30 men.
Right.
Go ahead.
You do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end.
No, midway.
Unto the end.
Unto the end.
That's right.
That it always tells you that you have to endure unto
To
the end. All of it has to be until that course is finished.
Right.
Till you complete the race. Till you complete the things that are the Most High has set you up to do. And everything has an appointed time and appointed season.
That's right.
And you can't look upon the trouble that you suffer for that little season.
Right.
The Most High may have you in one spot for a certain season, and you just have to deal with it.
Right.
And you have to be faithful, because I always like to use this analogy. If you never learn the lesson that the Most High is giving you, you're going to keep repeating.
Yeah.
If he's giving you a trial and you never overcome it, the trial it's on loop.
Yeah.
It's like that one CD that's on loop. You got one track that keeps spinning.
Right.
You're getting tired of it.
Right.
Why don't you figure out the meaning behind what the Lord wants to show you?
Right.
The Lord don't got you getting a new job right now, brother. Stick with what you got.
Right.
The Lord isn't increasing you with 10 ribs, brother.
Right.
Stick with what you got.
Right.
You have to be patient in the things that you have. Give me 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 6. You have to be content with what the Most High gives you. A lot of y'all hate what the Lord gave you, and you despise it.
Right.
And that's why the Lord don't increase you with more, because you're not satisfied with what you do have. You're not thankful for what you do have.
Right.
You don't wake up in the morning and thank the Lord for the limbs you have. Imagine that. It's brothers with missing limbs out here.
Yeah, they are.
So we got a brother in St. Louis, he's missing a leg.
Yeah.
I literally thank the Lord because of that brother, seeing that I have able limbs, a mind, eyes that work, because there are some brothers that don't.
That's right.
All right, so read that.
Book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 6.
Bring it out.
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
But what?
But
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Godliness with contentment is great gain. You can't fail there. You can't fail being holy and being content. Only good comes of that.
Right.
No matter what state you're in, whether Paul say in Philippians, whether I'm low or whether I'm high,
Right.
I know how to be in all things.
That's right.
I know how to when I'm abased and when I'm brought low. Right, go ahead.
For we brought nothing into this world.
Before we what?
For we brought nothing into this world.
Uh-huh.
It is certain we can carry nothing out.
And it's certain that we can carry nothing out with us. Right, keep going.
And having food and raiment.
And having what?
And
having food and
If
raiment.
you got food and clothing, read.
Let us be therewith content.
Let us be content.
That's right.
Go look at the brothers on the street.
That's right.
Be content when you look around.
Damn right.
Be content for that household over your head. Sister, stop worrying about you don't have a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house
Right.
with 3 levels,
3-car garage.
3-car garage, a walk-in closet. Hey, you in your 1-bedroom apartment with your husband. It is
Right.
what
It is what it is.
Thug it out, right?
They deal with that.
It could be a studio.
Right.
You could be out on the street,
Could be on the streets.
right? So
Under the viaduct.
yeah,
Under
Yeah.
the bridge.
yeah, under the bridge with a tent.
Right.
It could, hey,
With a tent.
it could be way worse, right? And so you have to understand that if you ate today, if you got clothes upon my parents always used to say that.
Right.
You got food in your belly, clothes on your back, a house over your head, you good.
Right.
Roof over your head, you good. You have to learn how to be content when you are brought low, because it's not an if, it's a when.
Right.
You're gonna be brought low. You're gonna be taken through rough waters, man.
Right.
Right? And you're gonna have moments when you're high.
Right.
But actually, let's get there real quick in Philippians. You have to know how to be in all those seasons. Let me see. I want Philippians 4 and verse number 11.
Book of Philippians chapter 4 verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content.
So whatever place that the Most High has me in, I'm gonna be content.
Content.
Go ahead.
So like, I know both how to be abased,
Right. I know how to be brought low. Read.
and I know how to abound.
And I know how to be brought high.
Everywhere and in all things, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry.
This is a key point.
Yeah.
When I'm abased, I know how to be full,
Right.
even though I'm hungry.
Right.
And when I abound, I know how to be hungry when I am full. There's a just balance to that. Knowing that, hey, when I'm lifted high, I know how to be humble.
Right.
When I'm low, I know how to be as I'm high in the spirit.
Right.
Go ahead.
Both to abound and to suffer need.
And that's why it's saying Proverbs 11:1, a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord.
It is.
You have to know how to have both, because if you don't know how to be hungry when you're full, when that hunger comes, you're really gonna be hurt.
You'll be messed up. Stressed
You're
out.
gonna feel like Esau's like that. His whole world ends, and he wants to end his life and his family's life. That's why he goes around. I can't take it no more. He offs them all, and then he makes his grand exit.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You see that all the time because they don't know how to be hungry when they're full. They're on
Right.
top of the world. They're snorting powder. Right? They're living it up.
Going off.
Nothing can go wrong with them. Right? But we, being low already, we know that.
Right.
But when you be brought high through the spirit, you have to know that those lows come, and when they come, how to deal with them.
Right.
Right? So keep reading.
Verse 13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
And this is what's going to keep you there. This is what's going to keep you on a just balance, is that you can do everything through a Mashiach Yahushua. When you had that faith on him, when you read about his account, when you read that he's a suffering servant that came, he didn't come in the likeness and glory of a comely man. No, he came as a regular man upon the earth.
Right.
He didn't come as the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, ruling with a rod of iron. And that's how we have to be. It says in Matthew 4:4 that the meek shall inherit the earth. So you have to come lowly. You have to come humble, knowing that even the story with the man that everybody passed up on the road. The Levites passed him up, right? Everybody passes this man up. I'm forgetting the account, and nobody helped him.
Yeah.
Right? But then one person came along to help him, to lift him up through the spirit. We want to be as that one person, help lift up the lowly, help lift up the meek,
Right.
to restore them back to that estate. Because we've all been there. Give me Galatians 6:1 real quick. We've all been in that estate of being low. Galatians 6:1.
Book of Revelation, chapter 6. Book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 1.
Galatians.
Oh, Galatians, sorry.
Yeah.
Galatians, chapter 6, verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such in one in the spirit of meekness.
And that's what we have to do. And that's another reason why you can't be alone
Right.
when temptation takes you.
Right.
Who's going to be there to restore you?
Right.
Who's going to be there to comfort you when you fall? Go ahead.
Bear ye one another's burdens.
Do what?
Bear ye another one.
burden,
Uh-huh.
and so fulfill
Actually,
them.
Slakia, read back up in verse 1. Start at meekness, after meekness.
Meekness, considering thyself,
Considering who?
considering thyself,
Because you have to be mindful. At one point, you're going to fall. Read.
Right.
lest thou also be tempted.
So when you see a brother that's lowly, you have to say, how would I want to be treated in this situation? How would I want to be restored back to the Lord in this situation? Go ahead.
Bear ye one another's burdens,
Uh-huh.
and so fulfill the law of Christ.
So when your brother's going through something, you go through it with him.
Right.
Go ahead.
For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing,
If you think that you're never gonna go through anything, then you're sadly mistaken.
Right.
You think you're too much to go through what this brother's going through, to fall into lust, to
Right.
fall back into certain diverse sins. Go ahead.
he deceiveth himself.
You're a liar,
That's right.
and you deceive yourself. And the truth isn't in you. Right? Go ahead.
But let every man prove his own work.
But let what?
But let every man prove his own work.
But at the end of the day, even with the brother there, he still has to prove it for himself.
Right.
You still have to work on the issues that you're dealing with. This brother can't take away my issues. He can help me. He can help restore me. He can give me the precepts, but he can't take away the sin and burdens that I'm dealing with at all. He can't now come to my job and work for a paycheck for me because I don't feel like going to work. It's strenuous.
Can't do that.
Right, go ahead.
And then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone.
And then you're going to be able to rejoice in you being able to overcome that. Read.
And not in another.
Because this brother didn't work for that paycheck for me. I did.
Right.
Right? But he helped restore you through that. Read.
For every man shall bear his own burden.
For what?
For every man shall bear his own burden.
Now that may sound like a contradiction to people, but you have to bear one another's burdens as well as bearing your own.
Right.
It's the same as having faith with works.
Right.
You have to have both of them. So you have to bear your own burdens as well as us bearing one another's burdens. These things teach you how to overcome trials, how to overcome temptation. When Job's friends came to him, Job kind of had to bear that burden on his own.
Right.
His friend charged him with sin. Well, you had to do something. Where'd you go off?
Yeah.
Job said, out of innocency of my heart, I have done nothing.
Getting on him.
And they were charging him.
Yeah, they were getting on him.
But he had to bear his burdens in that moment to stand up for righteousness' sake. To look, hey, I haven't done anything. And then in that case, they did comfort him in the beginning. They sat 7 days with him, fasted with him, laid down. You know what I mean? And this is the thing that we have to take the examples of the scriptures is to learn how to be kindly affectionate one to another.
Right.
Learn how to uplift one another and to not separate yourself. Hey, give me this last one. Give me Jude. All right, give me Jude chapter 1 and I believe number 18.
The book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 18. How that they told you there should be mockers in the last time, who shall walk after their own ungodly lusts. These be they who separate themselves.
These be what?
These be they who separate themselves.
Sensual, having not the spirit.
Having what?
Having not the spirit.
So when you separate yourself, you don't got the spirit.
Right.
You're moving in a completely off spirit.
Right.
But ye, beloved, building up yourselves on your most holy faith, praying in the Holy Ghost.
Doing what?
Praying in the Holy Ghost.
A lot of y'all do like the men in the history of Susanna.
Yeah.
You don't look up to the heavens to pray.
Right.
You look down upon yourself, lower your head, and look towards things that make you comfortable.
Right.
And that makes you sensual, not having a spirit. That's why you remove yourself, because you're gonna now consort to your light. Now you're hitting the people up that smoke weed in the world,
Right.
that you can comfort with, that that aren't gonna rebuke you, that aren't gonna hold you to the fire,
Right.
and to the things that you have charged yourself to be faithful in.
Right.
And that's you sensual, having not the spirit. So you have to remember that when you remove yourself, when you separate yourself, when you're going through things, that's not of God.
Right.
That's of Satan. The Lord told you to gather yourselves together in multiple accounts.
Right.
It's commanded to gather in Leviticus 23. That's all the holy convocations we have.
That's right.
You are commanded to gather together on these days. And if you're not doing that, you don't have the spirit of God.
God. Hey, mighty beautiful points. And as we get ready to wind down this lesson, hey, meditate on these precepts that was brought out, man. Right? These things aren't just for us.
Right.
This isn't to make us look like, something we're not. Salaki. These things, like even right now, my sinuses are shot, allergies through the roof, right? Because I get allergies bad. And for whatever reason, the Most High said, hey, affliction, boom. What do I do? Can I show up?
Yeah.
What do I do? Roll over the bed. Hey, I'm calling in sick, y'all.
Yeah. Put the tissue in your nose.
Right, put the tissue in the nose and put your feet, some fake vapor rub on the sole of your feet. Put your little snuggy socks on and curl up in the bed, man. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, now I'm gonna come dripping, sniffing, hey, whatever it takes, man.
Yeah.
Because it's not about me.
Right.
What about the person who was looking forward to a spirit check Sabbath or something, man?
Yeah.
went through hell this week on the brink of suicide, and the only thing they were looking forward to was a precept from sincere brothers, a prayer, some uplifting, some encouragement. You have to be willing to stop just thinking about your damn self, man.
Right.
And think about the body. Think about Israel. Think about the Most High. Hey, make the sacrifice. Let's go to the book of Romans chapter 8 in verse number 22. Let's go to the book of Romans chapter 8 and let's start in verse number 22. Bring this out.
Book of Romans chapter 8 verse 22.
Uh-huh.
For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together.
We know that everybody is going through something. The whole creation. The whole creation. The trees. They even made a movie, A Bug's Life. Hey, the Lion story, the Lion King. Hey, every story has somebody going through some sort of adversity, climax to get through it, and they make it through it at the end. The underdogs. They call it a good story. Hey, you don't have a good story without adversity. The whole creation groaneth, man. And it's a painful thing. Keep reading.
Until now, and not only they, but ourselves also.
Say that again.
And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves.
Even those who are on fire. The chief Ephraims or the Naquans, the high level teachers, Tazariaks or whatever camp you're watching. The bishop, the bishop, IUIC, everybody has something that they're going through, even those who bear the first fruits of the Spirit. Nobody's outside of it. Have you met anybody? We have to not make excuses in this truth, man. Keep reading.
Waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
And we're waiting for that day to where we can remove this pain, these ailments, and that we can stop being oppressed, that we can get back on top, that our children will be secured, that our families will be secured. And we're waiting on that day to receive redemption, right? Not only through the Spirit, but of our bodies, man. And this is a hard walk. Keep reading.
For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope.
But if you could see your help in every affliction, oh no, okay, he gonna do this. I ain't worried about it. Somebody got a gun to your head. Oh, the Lord just showed me you're not gonna pull the trick. That's not gonna happen. You at the guillotine. Oh, the Lord said, my head not gonna get chopped off. It's not gonna happen. It's a lot, right? That's the problem. So, that's the problem with not having real hope.
Right.
You're not understanding that the Most High is setting you up to persevere. It's setting you up to push through. Why could you see the fix? Well, you don't need hope then.
Right.
Everything is not for you to have it figured out. You don't have to have everything planned. The Most High is he says, I'm the plan A and I'm the plan B. But does that mean you go in life not prepping, not preparing, not setting up schedules, not actually putting towards a plan? No. But your plans mean nothing to the Most High.
Right.
Especially if your plans are outside of his will. Right? This is the portion of why we're in these scriptures. Because we had to align ourselves with the will of the Most High. Read verse 25.
But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
Then we with patience wait for it. Read verse 26.
Likewise, the Spirit also helps our infirmity.
Say that again.
Likewise, the Spirit also helps our infirmity.
So if you're separating yourself, as the brother put, man, you're not in the Spirit. But the Spirit helps what, kings? It helps our what? Infirmities. So we have to make ourselves available to receive the Spirit at all times, even when it's uncomfortable. Read.
For we know not what we should pray for as we ought.
Right.
But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered.
Let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 4. Right? Sometimes, man, a brother sighs and brother come in the room like, well, everybody already know what that means. That brother had a tough week.
Oh.
And the Most High knows what that means, man. We're not in this thing impervious to pain. Give me 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 4.
Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 4.
Bring it out.
For we that are in this tabernacle do groan.
Say that one more time.
For we that are in this tabernacle do groan,
Uh-huh.
being burdened, not for that we would be unclothed.
So, Salakia, let's pause. Let's slow down. Read the first part one more time.
For we that are in this tabernacle do groan.
Tabernacle, slow down. Wait a minute. Pause right there. For we that are in this tabernacle do groan. Brothers understand that this tabernacle isn't talking about a building, right? This tabernacle is your temple. This tabernacle is your body, your soul. And in this body, in this flesh, you're going to go through adversities. That doesn't mean throw in a towel. That doesn't mean, blame somebody else. That doesn't mean take the low road and start, causing confusion and slander and backbiting. And that doesn't mean hate your neighbor. Whatever excuse you use because you're going through something to turn from the Most High, you have to understand it is written. You're signed up. If you're a Hebrew Israelite, you've been signed up to go through it. In this world, all his creation sees turmoil. But you Hebrew Israelites, the ones who claim that they're on top of everybody, you chosen, y'all know Amos. You only have I know. Therefore, you about to have a hell of a time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. All right, finish this out, Bible Shop.
Being burdened, not for that we would be unclothed.
Not for that we will be, right, in this wickedness, right, unclothed, right? This is, when you read this whole account, you want to be clothed with the righteous garment. You don't want to be found naked. You don't want to be in sin. Read.
But clothed upon.
What are we trying to be?
But clothed upon.
We want those white garments.
Right.
We want to be without spot, without blame. Keep reading.
That morality mortality might be swallowed up of life.
Right. That you become incorruptible from the corruptible. That you trade that mortal body for what? An immortal body, right? This is the portion that we're in right here, right? We want to make this happen, but we can't make this happen alone. We have to submit ourselves to the Most High. Read verse 5.
Now he that wrought us for the self-same thing is God, who also have given unto us the earnest of the Spirit.
The earnest of the Spirit. This means that you have no excuse because he gave you all the tools you need to find him. He gave you everything that you need to seek him and to not falter. Read.
Therefore, we are always confident,
Bless you.
knowing that whilst we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight.
For we do what?
For we walk by faith, not by sight.
And there's a hope that is seen can't be hoped for. We are what?
We are confident. We are confident.
Right.
Say,
That's right.
and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord.
Right. And this is what it's talking about by you. Hey, cut that thing off. Cut that flesh off. Cut that wickedness off. Cut those friends off if you have to. To be present with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You don't want to carry fleshly works into this walk. Keep reading.
And willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord.
Right.
Wherefore we labor that whether present or absent,
See that?
we may be accepted of him.
And so this is why brothers are laying down their life. This is why sisters are giving up, the ways of the world and putting on those dresses and getting with the fringes, man. Leaving off from concupiscence and adultery. Leaving off from fornication. Moving in a righteous spirit. Let me get the book of Ephesians chapter 3. As we get ready to wind this down through the spirit, Lord willing, you're looking at, everything that you may be falling short in, and you're not taking, offense, but you're taking right action. You're taking spiritual action. Ephesians chapter 3, and let's start at verse number 13. You're taking spiritual action. Bring this out.
Ephesians chapter 3.
Start at verse 12.
Verse 12. In whom we have boldness and access.
Verse 11. Salaki.
Verse 11. According to the eternal purpose which he purposed in Christ Yahushua our Lord.
Right.
In whom we have boldness and access with confidence by the faith of him.
Right.
Wherefore I desire that you faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory.
Right. So through Yahushua, which was purpose, which was written for us, we have boldness and confidence in the spirit, not in the works of the flesh. But through that, right, through those righteous works, through that faith, through that hope, and you should be pushing forward. Don't faint, don't fall back, don't roll over, accept the tribulations and keep it moving. This is the glory that each one of us, are looking for in these last days. We're looking towards, and we're not trying to falter back, man. So with that, we're about to get ready to wrap up. You have any closing precepts, King?
Yeah, I got one.
Come.
Give me a 2 Timothy 4 and 5.
Book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 5.
Bring it out.
But watch down all things.
Do what?
But watch down all things. Endure affliction.
Not throwing the door.
Endure affliction.
And do the work of an evangelist.
So even though you're going to go through afflictions, you still have to do the work of an evangelist.
That's right.
You still got to watch. Read.
Make full proof of thy ministry.
No half proof.
Make full proof of thy ministry.
Only when you're at full strength.
Make full proof of thy ministry.
It said endure afflictions and make full proof of the ministry, even in the afflictions.
That's right.
Affliction does not give you a pass to not make full proof,
At all.
to not do the work of an evangelist, to stop teaching, to be like a hermit crab and crawl in your shell. Right? Go ahead.
For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand.
Read.
I have fought a good fight.
I have what?
I have fought a good fight.
I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
And this is what all of us should be able to say at the end of the day.
Right.
Each and every day that we wake up, we should have this mindset.
Right.
I've done a good thing today. I've labored.
Right.
I've studied. I've read. Right. And I have kept the faith through the day.
Right.
And this is have you being fulfilled. We've all had those days where we felt we were completely satisfied with how the day went. I
Right.
studied, I read, you know, I dove into something, I learned something new today. It was exciting through the spirit. And it felt like you ended the day what you could have done, nothing more.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness,
Uh-huh.
which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but to all them also that love his appearing.
And to love the Lord's appearing is to do the things that he has required unto you, because when he comes, he's looking for those faithful servants. He's looking to find faith upon the earth,
Right.
and it's going to be slim. So there's going to be a lot of people that hate the day of the Lord,
Right.
because they know that they just went off.
That's right.
Lord's going to come as a thief in the night. I'm led to believe, me speaking carnally as a man,
See that?
this one day when the Lord comes, it's going to be so much wickedness upon earth.
Yeah.
Even the men that appear to be righteous, that are fake walking in this thing, they're going to be caught in the midst of adultery,
Completely slipping.
smoking, getting hot, doing whatever, and it's all going to be at one day. He'll catch you with your pants down, metaphorically speaking. And that day, you're going to see who's righteous and who's wicked.
Right.
And the righteous are going to love that appearing, and that's the spirit that we have to have.
Right.
That's why you always have to be fervent in doing the work, because
Right.
you don't know the day. That day that you're going off, you have to feel like that's the day as the Lord is coming back. You got to check that spirit
Right.
and get right before the end of the day.
That's right.
All right, but I yield with that.
Come. Hey, and all praise to the Most High, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful edification. As we get ready to wind down, let's turn to the book of Matthew, chapter 9, and verse 37. Right? Let's turn to the book of Matthew, chapter 9, and verse 37. And I think the same thing, I've seen it. It was some concupiscence going on, and then boom, judgment started happening. And this was like a vision I had, man, like a dream in the night, but it was all real.
All right.
All of a sudden, it's a big lake. Everybody in the lake, and the judges were standing in front of the lake. It was all these, Negro-looking men, and they was kind of tall. They had these garments on. They was lined up one by one, straight line. And in the middle, it was a taller guy. I could only suspect that was Yahweh Shai because I couldn't see his face, but I could see he was right there. And everybody in the lake. And the lake wasn't burning. It was a lake. It was like a water. It was a lake, but everybody was scooped up on the earth. They was in this lake waiting, and in the blink of an eye, they turned into these lights, and they were sent away. They turned into, I guess, like their bodies turned into a light,
Mm-hmm.
and he just had them go away. But at the lake, right, it was somebody accusing somebody. Like he was accusing somebody who was in the water.
Man.
And he was just going down the line, getting on this person, getting on that person. And then before I knew it, he had transfigured into the lake. That's the guy who was accusing people.
Yeah.
He was thrown into the lake. But he was allowed to go like, hey, you did this. And he was just going down the line, hey, you was doing that.
I see.
Exactly. I'm seeing all of this.
Yeah.
This was wow. And so, boom, he didn't get thrown in there. He materialized off of the shore into the water. And everybody in the water could not get out of the water, by the way.
All right.
All right. And then it was nothing uttered in a sense. It was just through the spirit, you understood that it was like, all right, it's time for y'all to go. When that decision was made, everybody materialized to the lights, and those lights just disappeared. And then it was gone. And I was like, holy spirit. You know what I'm saying? I woke up. I was like, thanking the Lord, because I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We got time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in the midst of this vision, it was some freaking off going on before everybody was sent to the judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna just say, you're not far off from what was shown to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say that. Because I have visions. If anybody know me, they know I'm a guy that have a lot of visions.
Yeah.
I got a book of them. We're gonna have to start doing some, but this was one of them.
Right.
And it was the judgment seat. And the judges was lined up. Yahweh Shai was standing in the center. Only I would assume, you know, he was the tallest out of, and they, you know, they was just like militant. They was just, you know, standing there, man. And there wasn't no messing with, wasn't no playing with them.
Right.
And everybody had the spirit of, oh, like, you know, they're like, we have to answer and go with whatever come from these guys.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it, man. Wasn't no pleading your case.
Yeah.
And the books were open.
Judgment seat.
And I was terrified. I ain't gonna lie. I woke up like, because in my heart, I was like, man, you know, am I good?
Right. Yeah.
You know, I want to be good. And you should want to be good too. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 9 and verse 37. Bring this out.
Matthew chapter 9, verse 37. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest.
And so, Lord willing, you keep praying, and you keep praying, and that the Most High sends you into, you know, being a laborer for this work, you know, doing just things through the Spirit, showing the fruits of the Spirit, right? And also enduring. Pray that the Most High put that on your spirit to endure, right? If you find yourself slipping or falling or slowing down, hey man, lean into the brethren, lean into the Most High, lean into your helps. You know, the Most High may have put you around individuals. You may not be around anybody, but you can still lean upon thus says the Lord in your time of trouble and not falter back. But with that, all praises and honor goes to the Most High. Let me see if I can collapse this screen share through the Spirit and go back to the main screen. All praise to the Most High. So, and continue in righteous works today, right? Continue moving in the Spirit, no buying, no selling, right? Do thus says the Lord. Keep your hands clean, right? And continue to be your brothers, right? Your sisters' keeper, looking out for one another, moving in love and in the Spirit, right? It's me, my brother Zakar, man, from St. Louis, right? We got my brother Hoshaya here from Nashville, man, and all praise to the Most High with that, and Kayal as well. We're going to say Shabbat Shalom. Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.